Hey guys, welcome to London Lips YouTube channel. Welcome if you're new and welcome if you're not. So, CARLEE RUSSELL. If you think CARLEE RUSSELL was something shocking, let me tell you, before CARLEE RUSSELL, there was SHERRI Papini, and SHERRI Papini was something else. SHERRI was a California resident and she faked her own kidnapping. SHERRI came up with an elaborate story, one she felt the police would believe because she really wanted the police to believe she had been kidnapped. She was on a mission to have the police believe she was a victim and she had been abducted. SHERRI, made false statements to the FBI about her disappearance, and she also done, mail fraud. Now, SHERRI decided, to pretend she had been kidnapped, just like CARLEE RUSSELL. And you're probably thinking, why did SHERRI fake her kidnapping? SHERRI faked her kidnapping so she would be able to claim Social Security. She wanted to be able to claim disability benefit. It was November the 2nd, 2016, and Miss Papini's husband had just got home from work and, he couldn't find his wife, so he reported his wife missing. He thought his wife was missing because she had gone on a jog and she had not come back. She also had not picked their children up from daycare, so he was obviously extremely worried. He had gone on to Find My iPhone, which is the app that helps you locate where someone's phone is, and it showed her phone was showing at a mile away from home, so they knew she was roughly a mile away from home, so the police began to look for her. They searched for this lady for 3 weeks. They searched across Northern California and many other states as well, looking for her. The public were pleading for her to be returned safely. Everyone thought, she had been kidnapped. There was then a reward put out for $50,000 US, but, they could not find this lady. But that was all soon to change. November the 24th, 2016, a truck driver sees her along the interstate. So the interstate is coming into play again, just like in, the CARLEE RUSSELL case. So she's seen on the interstate in Yolo County, which is more than 140 miles from where she actually disappeared in the beginning. And, she's seen and she had various, bruises on her body. She had bindings on her body, which would suggest she's been tied up. She also had a brand on her right shoulder. So authorities, of course, wanted to know what had happened to her. She'd been missing for quite a long time by now. And as I said, there was a reward for $50,000 US out there for her. People were looking for her. Her family, her friends, everybody around the area was very worried about her. So authorities, were given the opportunity to ask her what had happened to her. Just like CARLEE RUSSELL, she decided it was time to put in an elaborate story. And she said, I've been abducted by 2 Hispanic women. They tied her to a pole. They put her inside the closet. They gave her a bucket of cat litter to use as a toilet. She went on to say the women had beaten her. She was branded because she tried to escape. Authorities, were keen to catch the kidnappers because, they were a risk to, the public. And not only had she been obviously assaulted and kidnapped, this could happen to another person. So they were out there trying to find who these kidnappers were. This was going on for 4 years. She continued to stick to the story that she had been kidnapped. They would ask her and she would say, yes, she was kidnapped. So the police would continue to look for these people. They spent more and more of money looking for the kidnappers. They kept spending the money because they really wanted to catch the people who had done this to her. But after some time, the police, they started to feel like something was just not right. They just started to doubt her. And, they started to believe that something was just, extremely strange with this story. As we've seen in the CARLEE RUSSELL case, when the police came out and said, they do not think there's an abductor, something wasn't right. Same thing happened here. They started to think something is not right. They started to think maybe she was lying, not only to them, but also to her family. And it turned out she was lying. She was lying because she wanted to receive benefits and she needed to have a disability to receive these benefits. Now, you're probably thinking, what benefit could she want to receive that would be worth it, all this hassle? Well, she needed to have something that would count as a disability, and she decided she was going to go for post-traumatic stress So that's what she wanted to say she suffered from. So she went to claim the benefits and said she had post-traumatic stress disorder. She said she had got this from being abducted. And of course, had you been kidnapped and abducted, I'm pretty sure you would be suffering from it. But in this case, she was never kidnapped. Now, you're probably thinking, where did she get these bruises from on her body then? Well, you know, she had inflicted the bruises on herself. She done it to herself because she needed the story to seem realistic, and being kidnapped and having no bruises, it just wasn't really matching up for her. They took DNA from her shirt, and this DNA they found on her shirt actually belonged to her ex-boyfriend. And when she had been so far away from her home, remember I told you guys, she was 140 miles away from her home. It turned out she had been staying with her ex-boyfriend. So she disappeared and she went to stay with her ex-boyfriend. You know, you can speculate and you can decide whether you think she was cheating with her ex-boyfriend. It's very possible as she went up there to stay with him. And what she had been doing is using him to help her get these injuries. So she got her ex-boyfriend to brand her with a tool that he got from making crafts. Now, I don't know, you know, what craft tool that was she got. I don't know if she got it from some hobby craft, some sort of, you know, Home Depot. I don't know where she got it from. But that must have been extremely painful. But she really, really wanted this lie to, you know, seem truthful and to seem real. She had also used a prepaid cell phone to arrange for her boyfriend to take her all these miles away so she could disappear. And she obviously didn't want to use her own phone because that would be traceable. But what is different about her than CARLEE Russell is CARLEE Russell has already confessed to lying. Whereas this lady, she's keeping the lie up. 4 years gone by and she was continuing to lie. The police told her after questioning her, you know it's unlawful, yeah, to lie to us federal agents about your abduction. You need to tell the truth. And by March 2022, they'd had enough of her lies. She had been arrested. And, you know, she was gonna face charges. And she was gonna do prison time. She had collected more than $125,000 in disability benefits. And, you know, she was gonna go to prison because she had, you know, lied. She had wasted the police's time. She had made them spend a lot of money investigating and looking for kidnappers that did not exist. So she was sentenced to 18 months in prison. She went to prison for 18 months for this unnecessary lie. She also had to pay restitution, which was $309,902 which was more money than she received. She did not receive that. She'd received $125,000 in disability benefits. And I doubt that $125,000 she received in disability benefits even hit her pocket. Some of it was probably housing costs and other things. I doubt she received that much money from them, especially within only a 4-year period. But, you know, she had to pay about $309,902 and this is because Social Security Department lost money. This is because federal agents lost money. This is because the police department lost money, and she wasted their time and their money and she had to pay. I don't think this crime was worth it. It was unnecessary. It surely was not worth it. She must regret this crime deeply. It was absolutely unnecessary for her to do this. I don't know how her family and friends feel about her now. I'm sure they're still upset with her because, you know, the fact that she had them worrying, thinking she had been abducted, and, you know, she just plotted this just to, you know, get some money is absolutely, you know, heartbreaking for them. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another one.
Peter Pan, that's what they call me.